Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu salam ala Rasulillah. This is your brother Muhammad al Andalusi. Wallahi, uqsim lak billah, I was busy doing something. I'm actually prompting AI, and as AI is thinking, I'm browsing my YouTube channel. So I saw that the last video that I posted about Sheikh Rabee al Madkhali, like it got quite a lot of motion per se. So I was thinking, subhanAllah, it must be a trending topic. So I went ahead and I typed on YouTube, Rabee al Madkhali, and a few options came out. So I saw a title, which I can show you guys right here. I saw a title. So I saw this title right here. Which is Refutation of Muhammad bin Hadi. So if I go back, how I came to this video of a Shaykhan, Ali, Dawah, and Mohammed Hijab. But then I went ahead and I clicked on this video and I started watching. Fair enough, it's 4 years ago, but it's still up. And to be fair with you, it's not on, I don't believe, or maybe it is. I don't know if this is their channel or not. It might be somebody else. Maybe they retracted from it. The point that I want to bring to your attention here is why, and wallahi, I'm just doing this video out of like literally just passion. I really feel like it's wajib upon me to bring this to your attention. Like, you need to realize these little things. These are the things that you cannot get access to unless you are capable to see them, and unless you have a little bit more knowledge to see these detailed things. And again, like I told you, look, this is my Pomodoro session. I literally was working on something. There's 4 minutes left, so I wasn't even supposed to be recording a video right now. So like I said, now look in this video, what you will realize, hopefully, is why, if you don't know the Arabic language, or if you know a little bit of it, how it can be, and if you speak publicly, how it can be so detrimental, like at a big scale. And here I'm not saying Mohammed Hijab obviously knows Arabic. You know, it could have been a slip of the tongue. It could have been a slip of like just taking attention of what you're reading. But the point is, that is a dabt, which is one of the conditions of hadith, and is one of the conditions that need to be there before you even speak or before you even report such a heavy piece of content. I'm getting too passionate, but watch what I'm trying to say. And we're going to watch this together. So the context of this video, from what I understand, is they are watching a video. They are reacting to a video that was posted. And basically they are showing how Sheikh Rabee al Madkhali is wrong in a thing that scholars said that because he said that thing, he's a liar, and that he is a kadhab, and that he is a atheist, according to what we're about to see right now. So again, if you want to go and watch the whole video, you can go and watch the whole video, but I'm gonna point at the most important things. Now here, this is supposedly, and again, you know, on the internet you cannot trust anything, but based on what I see in this video, that's what I'm gonna comment on. Now Sheikh Rabee here, he says that al-ulama lam yaruddu alayya, that the scholars, they didn't refute me on anything. La Sheikh al-Fawzan wala ghayruhu, not Sheikh Fawzan or anyone else. بل علماء السنة في كل مكان ينصرون جهادي ضد الخوارج. But rather, all the scholars of the Sunnah in everywhere, they support me in my jihad, in my efforts against the Khawarij, against the sect of Al-Khawarij, whoever Sheikh Rabee means by Al-Khawarij. وَمَنْ تَفَرَّعَ عَنْهُمْ وَمِنْهُمْ الْحَدَّادِيَّة. So what's important here is Sheikh Rabee, he's saying that the ulama didn't refute him for what he says, or for what he believes, or for his particular jihad against the Khawarij and so on. Now here, I want to get to the point where...
Right, so Rabee al Madkhali says, verily the Prophet Muhammad compromised in his treaty, the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, on major issues from the foundations of the religion. Tanazul, the word he uses, tanazul.
So here is where I think Mohammed Hijab, he either misread, I don't know what he was reading, because I didn't see in here tanazul. And so here's where it starts to...
Of the religion.
Where it starts to get bad.
Tanazul, the word he uses, tanazul. Okay. So on the foundations, you know the Quran says, وَدُّ to the foundations compromised in his treaty.
So So again, I don't know where Mohammed Hijab is reading from, but you can clearly see on screen here the Arabic text. If you check the Arabic text, you see this particular picture. Now, here is where it gets technical, because Mohammed Hijab, he said tanazul is the word that he used, that Sheikh Rabee used. So let's listen again what Mohammed Hijab said.
Of the issues from the foundations of the religion. Tanazul, the word he uses tanazul.
Okay.
So on the foundations, the Quran says, "Waddu law tudhinu fayudhinun." They want to compromise with you so you can
So tanazul, he says they use tanazul, which is from the verb or from the root letters nazala, nun, zay, lam. However, if you pay close attention here, according to this, again, from what I'm seeing, the Sheikh never used tanazul. He used tasamuh from the root letters sin, mim, ha. Muhammad Hijab, he's saying that the Sheikh, he used nazala from these root letters. Nazala, yani tanazala. However, tasamaha and tanazala, two complete different meanings. And here we are going to see how this is so dangerous. And I will show you on a bigger picture. This is, just a little mistake, whatever it might be. I know that Muhammad Hijab, if he sees this, he will probably say, "Oh yeah, that's a mistake. That's not what it's meant," and whatever. And I'm 95% sure he would say so. And it was probably a slip of whatever, lack of accuracy or whatever it might be. But let me get to my point. Now here, the rest of the whole video, they go with tanazala. Now let's look real quick at, actually before that, let's look real quick what tanazala means. Tanazala, which is the word that they're going by, means takhalla anhu wa tarakahu. So even in the Arabic language, if you say, in the Arabic language, if you say, هذا الرجل تنازل عن أصول الدين, you saying this guy, he completely left or completely disregarded the foundations of the religion. However, if you say, as Sheikh Rabee said in his book, tasamaha means, tasamaha fil amr, it means tasahala, or tahawana, al-afu, which basically means, ana, for example, let's say you are married to a person whose family, they are not practice, they are not Muslim, and let's say that you usually mix with the opposite gender at all. However, for the sake of lowering a little bit the stereotype and not shocking so much her family, you go ahead, you sit in the living room real quick, very calm, very respectful, with lowering your gaze, even though her sisters that are not Muslim might be there, whatever it might be, and you sit there. Assalamu alaikum, how you doing? How you guys doing? Yes, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for the invitation and whatnot. You sit 5 minutes, then leave. Another situation could be, for example, you are married to a sister who's, her family, let's say they are Christians and they do Christmas, and for them it's such a big thing. Is a something they have been doing for long years. So you go ahead, and that day how important it is. Which by the way, I'm saying this, and this is how I grew up. For me, my mom, my grandma, they were Catholics. And Christmas, it was like the whole family comes from everywhere. So if I step away or go somewhere and they know I just started practicing, what I'm doing is I'm giving a bad image to Islam. I'm showing like Islam is not for everyone, for everybody, or you guys know how it goes. So instead, what I do is the day of Christmas, I know is so important for them, and I know everybody's gonna be there. So instead, what I do, instead of like completely disregarding this, and instead of saying I don't have nothing to do with this deen, Din and Nasara and Christmas, and I don't even want to show up, and you complete wala and bara. Instead of doing that, you tatasamah. So you go there, you show up with your beard and your thobe. How you guys doing? Oh, you check your family. You're Catholic from the side of your other family. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are. Yeah, these are my children. All your children are in thobes. Now instead of completely disregarding it, you are giving da'wah, right? That's tasamuh. You have tasamaht fi umur fiqhiyya, perhaps, Now you have become a little easy just to make the thing a little bit more acceptable, and perhaps get a little benefit from that thing that tasamahta fihi, from that thing that you became a little easy on. So here I asked ChatGPT to explain both words to me. Now tanazala says, literal meaning, the word comes from the root nazala, which relates to descending or stepping down, means that someone voluntarily gives up a right, position, or claim, or privilege, or in this case, principles of the religion. So of course it's crazy to say that the Prophet ﷺ tanazala, like he gave up foundations of the deen. So for example, a king might tanazal anil arsh, abdicate the throne, as in leave it. A person might tanazal an haqqi, gives up his right in a legal or personal matter. Now the word that the Sheikh used in his book is tasamaha. Literal meaning, this word comes from the root samaha, which has the sense of being generous, lenient, or forgiving. Means to be tolerant, to forgive, or to overlook mistakes or differences. Examples: tasamahadini, religious tolerance, or tasamuhdini. He showed tasamuhan ma'a man asa ilayhi, forgiveness towards the one who wronged him. Now, these are two different meanings, as you can see here. If we go back to the video, the Sheikh, he used, right? So here the whole context is that they're saying that the Sheikh basically completely disregarded foundations of the deen. However, the Sheikh used tasamaha. And so he's saying, لقد تسامح رسول الله في الصلح في أمور عظيمة. i.e., the Prophet ﷺ, he was a little lenient in things that were عظيمة, that were great, that were very important in the religion. Amongst those things is the fact of writing Bismillahi ar-Rahmani ar-Rahim. So now here we have the typical starter. This is the starter pack of a fitna amongst brothers. Whether it's in Egypt, whether it's in Mauritania, whether it's in London, all of these different groups. This is the starter pack. You go ahead, you call a sheikh, and you said, this other sheikh said such and such. Then that sheikh says, oh, well, he is this. That's completely wrong. He is a whatever. Then these brothers, they go and they spread this, just like this video right here. That Mohammed Hijab and Ali are reacting to. Okay, so now let's look what happens. Now, these brothers from Jazair, they call this prominent sheikh.
هل يجوز التنازل عن الأصول الدين بدعوى أنهم يستدلون بأن الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم تنازل عن أصول الدين يوم صلح الحديبية.
So, even in Arabic, it sounds like certain hadith. If you read the hadith, there's shudud in it. Like, just out of the anybody with a little bit of understanding hears this and says, it's such a what are you talking about? Is that type of question. It's like you saying, yeah, Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen, he said that it's permissible to not pray in a day. You can be like, what are you talking about? So it's such a obvious, it sounds very obvious in Arabic that is obviously not correct. Like, why are you even asking that? However, this brother, he called this sheikh and said, yo, sheikh, is it permissible to basically leave off some principles, some pillars of Islam based on the fact that the Prophet ﷺ did it in Hudaybiyah? And
اسمع لي يا شيخ هم في صلح الحديبية يا شيخ ويقول أيضا أن أعمال.
And you hear the brothers, a lot of brothers, they get so excited with this type of talks. Yeah, Sheikh, he said as well that, after he says, yeah, that these Sheikh, whoever said that, he's a fool. Which, again, by the way, this shows, that's not correct from the Sheikh as well. Like, you got a call from somebody you don't know at all. You don't know his word. You don't know what his intention is asking this, and you not answering. Like, it's not the Sheikh will slap me right and left with his knowledge, but it's not responsible, especially when and perhaps the Sheikh doesn't know what's going on, But when you know these brothers, they take this type of audios, maybe he didn't even know he was being recorded. Maybe he didn't even expect that somebody would even have an agenda like this, right? Like the saying says in Arabic, in Saudi, they say, "Al-kullu yara an-nas ba'in tabu'," that everybody sees people with his own eye. Like if you are honest, then you would expect everybody to be honest. So Allah alam what the Sheikh was feeling and why he responded like that. But this is what starts fitan. Because now is like this is literally proof. Because out of one word, they call the Sheikh, they ask him, yeah, somebody said this. And then the Sheikh said, oh, he's a fool then. Who would even say that? That don't make no sense. And then he says, who says that? And then he says, Sheikh Fulan, as he is about to do now.
أن ترك أعمال الجوارح ناقص الإيمان أنه ناقص الإيمان ليس بكافر. ربيع بن هادي المدخلي. ربيع بن هادي المدخلي.
So he says, who says that? Rabee ibn Hadi al Madkhali. Oh, he's a liar. Of course. Now what happens? You know, this channel takes this video, takes this cut, makes a nice video, this, that. And all these Salafi brothers, all these Sunni brothers, all these brothers in the UK who don't know no Arabic, but love this type of topics, they hear this, oh, look, Sheikh Rabee, this is the Sheikh of Sheikh Fawzan, this, that. Then Mohammed Hijab, Ali Dawah make a video, they show emotion while listening to this, oof, Sheikh said this, as they are about to do that now.
هو الذي يقول بالتنازل.
Statement of atheism.
نعم.
So now he said, now Mohammed Hijab, Ali Dawah, they have right thousands of followers. Now all of these masakin, these youngsters or whatever it might be, they go ahead and they see Mohammed Hijab, Ali Dawah, watch this, which is like the whole video. The video they reacting to is a mistake. And they reacting to a video that's a mistake. So the person who did it himself, he made a mistake. And the chain of transmission, it went all the way to Mohammed Hijab is 4 years ago. I will give him the husn al-dhan. He'll probably watch this. He will say, yeah, that's wrong. Hopefully, they remove this video, whatever it might be. But like there's so many change of transmissions based on the foundation that's wrong. Sheikh Rabee never said tanazul. He said tasamuh. And of course, tanazul will be a statement of atheism. Because you're saying that the Prophet ﷺ, he left certain foundations, certain pillars of Islam. That don't even make no sense. And again, some people now will call me Madkhali, whatever it might be. This is just out of like love for being responsible, transmitting knowledge. And as the big principle of Islam, al-ilmu qabla al-qawli wal-amal. As Imam al-Bukhari chapterized on knowledge comes before speaking and acting upon it. So if something comes to you like this, you need to have dabt. Dabt is one of the 5 conditions of a hadith being authentic. Now this guy who called on the phone, he showed lack of dabt because Sheikh Rabee never said this. Mohammed Hijab and Ali, they show lack of dabt because they listened to something, and I don't know where they read it from. Perhaps they didn't even have the actual. Actually, it's in the video. It's on the video. This video edited, but I don't know if they were watching this. So, and then the person that did that video, that edit as well, lack of dabt. So the whole chain of transmission is batila. No, and it's not right. It's not right for Sheikh Rabee that, regardless of whatever's going on with the Sheikh, whatever different opinions about the Sheikh, about the brothers, about whatever, just in front of Allah, it's not right to attribute to somebody something that he never said. So all of this to say that, look, especially if you are in this type of environments, if you don't know the Arabic language, shut your mouth. And I will say this as straightforward as possible. A lot of you guys have a delusion to think that without Arabic, you can get into in-depth topics like these ones, but you should stay in, like even the tafsir of Surah Al-Fatiha in English, it might be a little technical as well. So if you haven't even taken time away in your life to learn the Arabic language, just shut your mouth and don't enter in these type of topics in between shuyukh and this and that. Because a lot of the times, the shuyukh don't even know this is going on in between brothers. And brothers, they bring, 15 brothers to go to a sheikh. This sheikh said this. after 15 brothers asked that sheikh something. They recorded an audio of 14 seconds, then they came to the other sheikh, showed that 14-second audio. Wait, what? He said that? Oh no, hell no, man. I'm about to, and this is how the fitan start. So if you don't know the Arabic language, shut your mouth. Whoever it is that don't know the Arabic language. And here again, I'm not trying to start anything up. I'm cool with Mohammed Hijab. I'm cool with Ali. I've met with both of them in real life, and I'm pretty sure Mohammed Hijab, he will watch this, he will see that there's clearly a misspell or whatever it might be, and that it's not right. I'm like I said, 95% sure. And again, like, just shut your mouth. If you don't know, just shut your mouth, man. It's that simple. Anyways, if you want to learn the Arabic language, go ahead and click the first link in the description. First link in the description will bring you to a video that will hopefully show you, it will definitely show you, but hopefully you will watch it fully. It will show you how to learn the Arabic language as the same level of somebody who goes to Egypt, somebody goes to Medina, somebody goes to Mauritania to learn the Arabic language. So you don't become a miskeen, a imma'a, literally, making mistakes in topics like this, in topics that are quite technical and require in-depth knowledge of the Arabic language for you to even understand and get into it. And wallahi, thumma wallahi, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because you don't know, out of just this video, like one video of another sheikh refuting Sheikh Rabee, you don't know in how much charcoal is this in the fire that already exists. All you need to do is make this video, manipulate it a little bit, put some edits and this and that, send it into a WhatsApp group. Then Shamsi from Dust Dawah gets onto Mohammed Hijab. Mohammed Hijab gets onto Ali Dawah gets onto Speakers Corners, and Speakers Corners gets into this and all these other brothers. They start going back and forth and forth and back and back and forth and forth and back. And it all starts from little silly things like this. And it all goes back to the Arabic language. This is how frustrating this is. And the reason why I'm so passionate about it is because I was into it. When I was in Egypt, I was in this. If it wasn't because I learned the Arabic language, I would watch a video like this and I would think that Sheikh Rabee is such and such, or at least I will have doubts. So now I'm walking around with doubts. And you know what these doubts do? Is you go to Medina University, go to Masjid al-Nawawi, and because these brothers, they said, this sheikh, you remember that video I showed you? The brother don't speak Arabic, but you remember that video I showed you translated in English. That's why you cannot go and benefit from this sheikh. Because this sheikh, he talks to these other sheikh. And now you in Medina University, you are in Egypt, you're in Mauritania, and because of these little things, and because you don't know the Arabic language, you have doubts in your head. So you prevent yourself from benefiting. And you go into places strategically. I don't know if I should go here. I don't know if I should talk to these brothers. I don't know if I should learn from this sheikh. Wallahi, it messes up your deen. It wastes your time. It wastes your time. It doesn't bring about peace within yourself, which that brings onto diseases. If you get in depth into it, that brings about firqa, that brings about division amongst brothers, that could even bring amongst fights. And I've heard as well of brothers getting stopped for situations like this. So this is how serious this is. So stop taking the Arabic language so lightly and disregarding it so much, thinking that you can understand the deen and having the audacity to get into these topics of in between mashaykh and something that a sheikh said or something that's going on in between the two sheikhs, and you have the audacity with your little alif ba ta tha that you can't even read a full page that don't have no harakat on. You have the audacity to even get into these topics, to even look at them with your one juz amma of the Quran, if even. I'm out, man.